Hello everyone and welcome to Sum Countin' Beyond, the Spreadsheet Source, Session 2. Today we will be reviewing how to enter information into cells and mathematical operators. In the links section of our channel, you will see a link to a Google Drive folder that has the spreadsheets from all the sessions. Each file will have at least two tabs, Try It Yourself and Solution. We would encourage you to have your own sheet open or download the file and follow along as we go through our examples together. Before we jump in, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Let's get to it. While we do not advocate for it, you can use Excel as a basic calculator. Excel follows the standard order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, just like you're used to in math class. Now today we're going to learn two different ways to enter formulas into Excel. First, hard coding the numbers into a cell, and second, using external cell references for the calculation. So go ahead and open up file 02.mathematicaloperators and go to cell D4 on the Try It Yourself tab. There are a couple different ways to navigate to a cell. You can use your mouse or touchpad and click into the cell. You can use the arrow keys and move over to the cell, or you can do Control plus G and go ahead and do D4. And you'll move right to cell D4. Now, once you're in the cell, there are a couple different ways to enter data. First, you can just start typing. Second, you can double click into the cell. And third, you can use the F2 key on your computer. Now, there is a word of caution here. If you just start typing into the cell, it will clear everything in there. So while it's not a big deal today, if you have a longer formula, you could end up losing that if you accidentally just start typing right into the cell. Okay, so we're going to start with addition here, and we use the plus sign for addition. And every Excel formula starts the same way with an equal sign. So we're going to do in cell D4 equals 2 plus 2, and then hit either enter or return on your keyboard, and you should see the number 4 in cell D4. For subtraction, we're going to use the minus sign. And so if you hit return or enter in the previous step, you should already be in cell D5. If not, go there now. And then go ahead and in the cell, you're going to type equals 10 minus 5. Okay, pretty easy so far. Okay, so on to multiplication. And for multiplication, you're going to use the asterisk, which is Shift 8 on your keyboard. And this time we're going to try a little bit of a different way to get in the cell. Instead of clicking in, we're going to do F2. So we'll give it an F2. And we're going to put, excuse me, equals 2 times 3. And you should see the number 6 in cell D6. For division, we use the slash. And so if you hit enter in the previous step, you'll be in cell D7. And this time what we're going to do is just start typing. So we're going to do equals 14 divided by 2. And you should see the number 7 in cell D7. Okay, next we're going to do exponents, and for exponents we use what's called the caret symbol, which is Shift 6 on your keyboards. And so we are going to go right ahead in D8, and this time let's double click in. We're going to do equals 2 caret 3. So right now we're doing 2 to the third power. And so if we think back to math class, the number before the caret symbol is the base, and the number after the caret is the exponent. Okay, moving down to D9. So we're going to use the caret symbol again, but again, if we go back to math class, we're going to do 1 over the nth power, or the nth root. And so we're going to do equals 81, put our caret symbol in, open parentheses, 1 divided by 2, close parentheses, which is taking the square root of the number 81. Now, if you want to use the cube root, you would do 1/3, and then anything after the slash will return the nth root of that base. So, nice job. You've done some formulas in Excel. And just to reinforce what we learned in session 1, if we go back and kind of scroll through these, we don't see the final value in the cells themselves. We see the final value in the cells themselves. What we don't see in the formula bar, though, is the value. We see the formula that we entered in. So next what we're going to do is we're going to use external cell references. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to columns F and G, and we're just going to type in the values that we used in column D. So 2, 10, 2, 14, 2, and 81. And then we're going to do 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, and finally 2. Okay, so now, as I mentioned, we're going to do the exact same exercise, but we're going to use external cell references this time. And there's a couple different ways that we can reference cells, and I'll show you how to do that as we go through this. So let's start in cell H4. And so the first way we can do this is by simply typing the cell address. So again, we're going to start with an equal sign, and we're going to do equal F4, the plus sign, G4. And so you'll see that when you do this, the cells highlight different colors, and the cell highlight color corresponds with what the cell address looks like in your formula. If we hit enter, you'll see 4 in H4, and that matches exactly what we have in D4. So now we're going to go down and we'll do subtraction. We're going to do it a little bit differently this time. Instead of doing the cell address, we're going to go ahead and select the cell. So equals F5. We're going to select cell F5. Minus sign. Then we're going to go ahead and select cell G5. And then hit enter or return. And we get the number 5, which is exactly what we have in cell D5. Okay, next on to multiplication. And for the rest of these, feel free to do whichever way you want. You can either type the address of the cell, you can select it, whatever you're most comfortable with. Feel free to change it up and get used to both ways as well. So we're going to do equals F6, then shift 8 for that asterisk symbol, times G6, and then enter or return. And we should see the number 6 in cell H6. Okay, moving on, division. Here we go. So we're going to do, again, equals. Always start with an equal sign. So equals F7, put our slash in, divided by G7. Enter, and we see 7 in H7, which matches what we have over here in D7. Now exponents, so equals F8, and then we're going to do a shift 6 to get that caret symbol, and then G8 to raise that 2 to the third power, and we get the number 8 in cell H8. And then finally, we're going to take the square root of 81, and so we'll do equals, and we'll go ahead and select cell F9, and then caret symbol, open parentheses, 1 divided by the value in cell G9, close parentheses, and we get the number 9 in cell H9, which matches what we have in D9. So great job, everyone. So you have just finished using mathematical operators, and started learning how to use formulas in Excel. So going forward, we're going to avoid hard coding numbers in Excel. And you might ask yourself why. So while hard coding cells is easier for the formulas we are doing now, as your formulas get more advanced and as you start to share sheets with classmates or coworkers, seeing hard-coded numbers can lead to questions and confusion. As a best practice, avoid hard-coding numbers into cells so others that use your workbooks can understand and better follow what you're doing in the spreadsheet. So to sum everything up, Excel can be a basic calculator, but should be used as so much more. You can count on this session to help understand the basics of how Excel formulas work, and let's keep taking your spreadsheet knowledge beyond what you thought was possible.